Hello, my sisters. It's time to show off our pride with Rainbow Colifero DK. Essentially, the idea behind this is we're going to be using the token generating cards such as Crop Rotation in order to have minions on board so we can slam down Colifero to either get us the Primus or no Muncher. If we get the Primus and we have Explosion in our hand, then we'll be able to get a 0 mana version of this card that will do at minimum a additional 12 damage, making it much easier to finish off our opponent and a survivability tool. We can also use the Primus as a way to yoink up a bunch of real big minions on our opponent's board for additional survivability. Now, for the Mulligan guide of the deck, you're going to be looking for Audio Amplifier to keep in your starting hand so you can get up to 11 mana, early game removal tools such as Frost Strike, or draw power cards such as Frozen Over. Other cards that generate us additional minions on board, such as Mining Casualties, are pretty good too. Now, with that all being said, let's look at some games. Hey, Colifero in the starting hand. I'm really sad that this doesn't have a diamond version of the card. Like, I love the artwork of this card. Let's just grab something. Also, note to self. Actually, I want to do a cage head deck where we're basically always looking for cage head off of that card. That was what the original... Oh, fun. Using the coin there hurts so much. Benefit is we do get the ton of corpses there, and we do have Foam Render in hand. But yeah, no, if this doesn't work how I want it to work, we might scrap it, but it's so far so fun, so let's see how it goes. Fun. I'm trying to think of like what... Oh, I guess Paladin is the reason why you would run that. So tempting, but... chances of them having a second one is probably pretty slim, right? Never mind, because they have good old ETC and they're just going to instantly choose the stupid Viper because for some stupid reason they have a second... Cards that... you shouldn't have two... I get it. In ETC, I get it. Ah, goody. Oh, this is a Reno deck. Oh, Rezka actually is a good burn. Like, I'll take that burn any day of the week. Okay, so what are we looking for here? We already used Audio Amplifiers, so we're not looking for that. We are... yeah, make them draw... that is also a deck that I've tried multiple times to make work. It's been a while since I've tried to make that work, actually, which is Mill DK. When we had Selfish Shellfish in... like, that was my pet deck of... I kept trying it every time, every, like, new set of cards, because it kept getting, like, 1 or 2 new support cards. And every time it did, I was like, man, this is definitely missing something, and I don't know what that something is. Okay, if we survive 2 turns, this will be fine. 2-turn survival, that's all we need. 1-turn survival is all we need. Well, okay, so that's coin for, we're either getting Muncher or we get... it would be so funny if they didn't destroy this with a spell and just hit into here. Yeah, Mill Druid was something I did a lot of time, too. Anytime there's a deck that can possibly mill, I try it, even if it's bad. It's like one of those go-to things that I always try out. I knew that wasn't gonna do what I needed to do. It's just because it's such a... it's something that isn't really supported often in Hearthstone, right? So whenever it gets any type of support, I'm like, maybe we can do something here. I was so... boom, boom, boom. And we cry if this is the Primus. Wait, maybe we don't. Oh, wait, no, we don't cry if it's the Primus. Wait. We don't cry if it's the Primus. wait. We don't cry if it's the Primus. We don't cry if it's the Primus. And now we cry when we get Reno Jacksoned out of this game. We don't cry if it's the Primus. That's just as bad. That was so funny though. I love how that went from we cry if it's the Primus to be like, well, actually no, that's actually a good thing. Because I forgot the mana reduction is 3, which is absolutely hilarious, by the way, that it's 3. This will revive the Primus. If we could get one more, right? Yeah. I guess we do slam down the Primus next turn, especially because there's an 8/8 on board. Steal theirs. They haven't played their Primus. That might actually be a mistake if we slam it down. I guess we could try to freeze it because I do think we... Do we have any frost spells? We do have a few frost spells left in deck. But there's Reap. We'll do Reap, Skeleton. That gets Primus. We take the HP. Well, actually, probably should have went for the direct damage, but YOLO, we ball. Sure, we get another one of these. Why not? And then we cry when they have their own. If they don't have their own Primus, then we're still in it. If they have their own, then we kind of are screwed. Oh, Reno. Actually, I'm okay with that. Out of all the things it could have been, the Reno doesn't hurt as bad. That could have been a lot worse. We ball. Oh, shit. Oh, wait. I was going to say, we don't... Okay, as long as they don't have their own Primus, and we don't draw into the Blood Plague, we win. Oh. No Blood Plague, no Blood Plague, no Blood Plague. Okay, we still got this. Because it's +3 spell damage, right? It's +3, right? Yeah, 3 less, +3. Okay, we went from we should have not won that game to okay, time for a game against Druid. This could be bad, this could be good. I know this is going to be a slower matchup, so as long as we get the combo online before they can get their combo online, we should be fine. If this is like hero power Druid, then keeping threads isn't a bad idea. It could also just be completely useless. Overall though, this hand doesn't look that bad. I will say this, I think we'll probably be swapping one of the Frozen overs for a Frozen Navigation or whatever it's called, along with maybe one other card for a Frozen Navigation, just so we have a little bit of additional draw and we're not relying or giving our opponent additional cards that could end up making us lose the game. We're for as much draw power as this deck has, it definitely is something that you need to draw through a good chunk of your deck while not also hitting your 3 targets, which is why I actually preferred this list over the Paladin list that was supposed to be today. Just fun fact is that had no backup plan. This does. Okay, throw coin into Malfurion's Gift. Okay, so they're going to ramp up. Let's draw a few cards. Oh, Explosion in the hand. That's actually pretty good. The Primus being in our hand sucks, but like we don't necessarily need the Primus to be the thing that we get additional copies off of. It's the one that we would prefer because it's a lot funnier than No Muncher, but like we don't technically need it, right? But I will say, whenever you do get this combo where you get the Primus off of Colifero and then you use like crop rotation, the fact that you can then reduce Explosion down to a 0 mana card, which is absolutely insane, especially if the game is going for a long period of time, because that means you can just, you know, like do a bunch of damage and maybe even just OTK because you're giving your spell additional 12 damage, right? It never really happened with the OTA, but like it's amazing how well that combo can actually put you back into the game. We still don't really have an idea of what exactly they're playing. We know they're trying to ramp, which I guess gives us a little bit of information, but not too much. Okay, well, that makes me it's just going to be spell damage druid. Is that what people are calling? Right? I could be wrong with the owl druid. I don't know. People call it different things. Yeah. I want to use one of the crop rotations here. Nah, let's just pass it. I was thinking about maybe using it. Also, I'm realizing we have 2 out of the 3 targets for Colifero in hand, which not really what I want to see. Not really what I want to see at all. So, I'm yeah, okay. I guess they really I that is one of those decks where like if your opponent doesn't play anything, you don't want to really waste the resources, so I get what they're going for. I'm going to just slam down Muncher. Druid isn't really a class that deals with Muncher well. Also, I'm realizing this person is one of those people who just ropes every turn, which is annoying. Maybe they're trying to figure out what we're exactly trying to do. And at this point, they're probably thinking, oh, they're hand buff because they slammed down a Muncher. And I think hand buff is like the only thing that uses Muncher. So I do not know where my brain went there for a second. Oh, okay. So they must have Dorian in hand and they just don't have enough mana for anything else. Okay. So that works out for us. That works out for us real well. Let's draw a few cards. We're going to burn something. Perfect. A dollhouse is actually a really good burn. I'm going to grab the crusher just in case there might be like hero power, but if yeah. Also, they probably are trying to rely on the fact that we're going to slam down a bunch of minions to use funnel cake to revive or refresh a lot of their mana, but because we literally don't have that many minions in the list, it is what it is, right? We how I'm trying to think of how we can minimize the amount of damage that we're going to be healing them for while also destroying that minion twice over. We can slam down the Primus. This gets us 6 HP, and then like I'm also kind of curious of like how the Primus would work in combination with Threads of Despair. I don't think it increases the damage that it does, but I didn't for science that at all. I'm gonna pass the turn. They're gonna be healing anyways. I don't want to make them heal twice, right? We can use like one of the crop rotations next turn, and then Threads of Despair to automatically get rid of it no matter what, and then use like a Frost Strike to get rid of our minions. We could also like Hero Power. Then I don't know. There's a few options we could do because that isn't enough damage to matter yet. I mean, it is, but it isn't like a huge. I am a little bit worried that they do have basically 0 mana. Well, not 0 mana swipes, like 2 mana swipes. They didn't attack. That's interesting. That top deck was so nice though. Let's go face for the little bit of extra damage. We can get some additional corpses online. And then next turn we can use Corpse Farm. Actually, oh no, we're still 1 off. Never mind. Ah, Dorian. Just what I want to see. Yeah, not really at all, but oh. Well, that's actually really scary. I know Magical Dollhouse isn't in their deck anymore, which is well, there's 1 copy at least. Oh no. I spoke it into existence. Uh well then. Oh, well, I mean that helps. The fact that they healed themselves up is actually what's going to destroy us here. Like if they didn't heal us or themselves up, then we would have been able to just use explosion and then finish off the game. Okay, how do we want to do this? Explosion doesn't really have any damage in it. We can use threads, and this should get rid of the entire board, I think, if I did my math right. And then let's get oh Oh, that is a big boy. Huh. That's what? My brain. 3 times 10 damage. 10 additional damage. And the. Oh, wait. So 5. So they might have some other, like, direct damaging in hand. Actually, healing with the Primus was a really good play early on in this game. Yeah, I think it actually screwed with them a bit too much. Okay, Living Roots isn't going to get them out of this living trouble that they're in right now. Okay, that is not enough because we have 4 damage on the weapon and 8 damage on the best card of the game, Explosion. Okay, time for a game against Mage. Burn Mage could be bad. We do have ways to heal, so that... Oh, Colifero actually might be something we keep in the hand because we're not afraid of a dirty rat. I have also noticed that I haven't... I know this isn't relevant to this matchup right now. I haven't done a Reno deck in a while. I think that is something that I'm going to be revisiting, but I want to do it in a class that doesn't have direct Highlander support, probably. Because, I don't know, maybe Highlander Demon Hunter would be fun. Part of me really wants to use the runes here just to see if we can get anything good. Staff is probably the best bet. So this is going to be no minion mage, I'd assume. Let's hit their face. I will also say, like, if we could randomly discover a Helia off of the Primus, would be great. I think it came up maybe once in the games that I played with or have played so far with the deck. So, you know, let's put down an audio amplifier because we're gonna ramp this up. And they have a explosive response, I guess. Do the damage to the face. Oh, free 3 other damage. I'm just going to use this here, probably. The reason why we're just going to use it is, like, they're not going to be playing that many minions, and I don't need to use it as removal, and we do have some good removal in hand already. I say that, and they instantly use the card that gives them some minions. Well, to be fair, we do have a response to both minions, because okay, maybe not as good of a response, but, like, we got to get rid of Luna. I am actually really amazed of, like, oh, well then, yeah, we'll go with Horn, and we'll blow the horn to take down the ship with us. That actually was a really good discover, because we probably should have actually hit the elemental before Luna, just because of the fact that I do know that mage list does run Molten Rune, and Molten Rune would be very, very bad for them to get additional copies of. Malfunction. Okay, well, I mean, we don't really run that many minions, so we'll just probably slam down No Muncher next turn. We don't have enough corpses for Army of the Dead. Okay, they're going to rewind. Navigation. I will also say, putting navigation in the list, even though not all of our spells are frost, is actually not... It hasn't felt the worst, because it has actually come up, because we do have a good chunk of frost spells, but it also is draw power that doesn't also give our opponent draw power, right? Because in this matchup, having 2 frozen overs instead of navigation would basically probably be the matter between winning or losing the game, and they're going to freeze out our minion, and now they're going to think they are safe from its attack. But it turns out the end of turn effect does not care if it's frozen or not. Isn't that great? Forge. So they have 1 Molten Rune in hand. We'll probably Hero Power, Frozen Navigation, or Northern Navigation. Mining Casualties actually probably is the better card here, because we've already played our minion, right? So, as long as... Oh, they have Malfunction in hand. Well, that might be a little bit of a problem. They are at 8 HP, though. We can win, right? We can... It shouldn't be that hard. At least we get the 2 minions up, right? Oh, of course. Out of all the cards that they could have randomly discovered there, it please hit face, please hit. Oh, so bad. I'm gonna do it because I, yeah, we could have used army, I guess. I was hoping we'd get the Primus, and then the Primus would allow us to do 6 damage with our next use, and then we just randomly discovered something. Oh, great. They're at 7 HP. Function, because why not, right? What's their malfunction? Am I right? You know, we're actually doing not that bad versus this. They are getting rid of their minion here. They're at 7. Well, I mean, there's a 50-50 shot that this wins us the game, and a 50-50 shot that this loses the game. Let's go, RNG. Let's go! All right, now that we're through the games, let's discuss my final thoughts of the deck. So the deck had a 45% win rate across the 20 games I ended up playing with the deck, which was actually better than I originally expected. This deck was actually something that I've had in the back of my head for quite a while, and today's video originally was supposed to be Colifero Paladin. However, that deck was not redeemable in any fashion. This one actually had a lot of really cool incidental synergies that worked very well with each other. Because you can easily make this a rainbow deck, you can use things like Explosion as a way to just do a ton of damage, even if you don't have a lot of. You really want something that can do 3 damage, and this deck doesn't really have easy access to that outside of things like Threads of Despair, which can come up, but because we're limiting the amount of minions we're running, it's a little bit harder than other rainbow lists. Overall, if you've been looking for a deck to use Colifero and you want something to hold you over until the next set gets announced, this is a great deck for you all to try out. Like always, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, bye-bye.